So Kamala Harris has revealed specific plans for black men, and we're going to go through it piece by piece. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Kamala Harris revealing her multi-point plan for black men specifically. Now, this comes on the heels of Barack Obama talking about, hey, you guys don't want to go out there and vote for her because she's a woman, and how dare you? Really, kind of talking down to black men. I did not like that at all. I'm really offended by that. And here's Kamala, I guess, trying to be the cleanup guy, playing good cop, bad cop. I don't know what's going on. Now, if you ask me before we get into the actual details, I think it's a little bit too little, too late. You ignore us for 4 years, 8 years, 100 years. You ignore us except for a few days before the election. Here, it's October the 15th. The election is less than 1 month away, about 3 weeks away. Here's something right there. Take that and go out there and vote for me in a little bit. It's an afterthought. It is something that's not really important. It's not a priority. And in my humble opinion, due to the nature of how it's presented and how Barack Obama came out there and Magic came out there, due to all of that, I think these are empty promises at best. Now, before we go any further, we got to get into the actual plan. In the plan, they're going to mention Project 2025 and Trump, of course. Now, what I want to do is play something from Trump first. Then we're going to get into the actual plan with context. Check it out.
She knows better than anyone. I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book.
Okay, so we got that straight from the horse's mouth. I have nothing to do with Project 2025. Now, this document right here, I'm not going to read the entire thing. All right, we're going to go through some of the bullet points to get to the bottom of what's going on here. Now, you see the headline, Vice President Harris will deliver for black men. Subhead, she will provide the tools black men need to build wealth, support their families, and lead in their communities. Okay, so I'm not buying it. I'm skeptical right away, but let's read it. So here's some of the bullet points right here. Providing 1 million loans that are fully forgivable, which is a key word because if it was going to be forgiven with 100% certainty, it wouldn't be called a loan. It'd be called a grant, but it's not. So maybe you can get your loan forgiven under certain circumstances. It's kind of a wormy way to say that, but anyway, so they're going to provide 1 million forgivable loans to black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. What does others mean? Does that mean this is not just for black men?
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Because if it is just for black men, wouldn't that be called discriminatory? Wouldn't that be illegal? See what kind of games they play with language? Let's continue. Number 2, championing education, training, and mentorship programs that help black men get good paying jobs in high demand industries and lead their communities, including pathways to become teachers. Okay, isn't that called education? Isn't that already available to all of us? Don't you have free K through 12, public, private, college? So what are you going to do that's different than what's being done right now? Champion? How are you going to champion it? Are you going to put some money behind it? Like, what does it actually mean? Nothing, in my opinion. Number 3, supporting a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency and other digital assets so black men who invest in and own these assets are protected. Regulating the crypto space with the federal government seems like what you don't want if you're going to be investing in cryptocurrency. Now, I'm not a crypto bro but from what I hear, people are saying the whole point is to get away from the federal government. Okay, that's the whole point. So this is not really a thing that anybody wants, in my opinion. So they're launching a national health equity initiative focused on black men that addresses sickle cell disease, diabetes, mental health, prostate cancer, and other health challenges that disproportionately impact black men. So again, what are you going to do? A national health equity initiative. That sounds like when they say reparations. Oh, we're gonna launch a study. Okay, what does that really mean? You're gonna just push paper around, and at the end of the day, have nothing to show for it. That's kind of what it seems like to me. But number 5, legalizing weed recreational weed and creating opportunities for Black Americans to succeed in a new industry. So you guys can sell drugs. You make money like that. Didn't you guys do that in the 80s with all the crime that came as a result? Don't worry about the crime part, but we're going to legalize it and we're going to allow you to be able to get into the space. Now, do you believe that if they really like legalize it federally, what'll happen is big tobacco will become big weed. That's what'll happen. Okay. They already got the vape market and whatnot covered. Like, they'll be the ones who do that. How are you going to get into that space? Do you have a few $1 billion on hand? I'm just asking questions. Maybe I'm being too cynical. Maybe I'm not really just believing the message. I'm not really believing the vision. But hey, I'm just, forgive me for being skeptical. Okay. So now they're going to provide $1 million loans, fully forgivable, of up to $20,000 to Black entrepreneurs and others. That is so funny. So basically, you're going to get a loan that you might have to pay back. And it's not just for you, it's for Americans in general. Okay. So it says, and others who have historically faced barriers starting new businesses or growing an existing business in partnership with trusted organizations like commission-driven lenders and banks with a proven commitment to their communities. Now, how much you want to bet that the others they're referring to is LGBT? How much you want to bet? Now, they can't say Black Americans and LGBT who have been historically marginalized, because then we're going to say, wait a minute, I'm not gay. This is not for them. Why you always got to include Black and gay? But that's probably what it is. Okay. That's probably what it is. Whatever you think it is, let me know. Okay. So they're trusting, hold on. So she's going to propose new partnerships between the Small Business Administration and trusted partners on the ground. Okay, that's for the $20,000 loan. This will help Black men and other Americans start or grow a business in their community when they don't have the startup capital. Okay, so they're going to expand access, bank accounts, and lending to help Black men build wealth. Now, bank accounts, how hard is it to get a bank account? You can go to any of the big banks. You can go to Chase, B of A, Wells, and get you an account a lot of times for free. So again, how is this really going to help us? Enabling Black men who hold digital assets benefit from financial innovation. Just word salad. So she'll make sure owners of and investors in digital assets benefit from regulatory. So basically having the federal government regulate your cryptocurrency investment, which is not a good thing in my humble opinion. That's not good. The whole point is to get away from the federal government, not to embrace it more. We don't need more laws dictating how we behave, Kamala Harris. Breaking down unfair and unnecessary barriers to employment for Black men. So what that mean? You can't discriminate based on felony status. Let's read some of this. So they're saying we're shut out of the job market based on criminal records and credit scores. So, hey, Black men, you guys got felonies and, you can't stay out of jail. You get child support, bad credit. So, hey, we're going to eliminate those things for being qualifiers or barriers to employment, barriers to entry. Okay, so that's what's going on. Enabling Black men and other workers to profit when company executives profit. So what? The commie talk. What if you, Black man, have a business and you read this and what you see is that you got to pay more taxes ultimately because, all right, I'm doing well, I'm succeeding, and I report that I've been able to do better to the federal government when I pay taxes. So what are they going to do? Just tax me more and give that back to the employees? How much are they going to get from my tax? Like, how is that really going to work? But, one thing that she doesn't understand so far is that you're not just talking to guys on the street that smoke crack for a living. Okay. I and other Black men, we have businesses. We're successful. We are not this oppressed class of people. The things you're talking about are not going to appeal to us. And we are the guys that you really got to convince to vote for you. That's the reality. Expanding pathways for Black men to good paying jobs, whether or not they have a college degree, which is ridiculous. So basically federal jobs, you come work for the government. And that's okay. If you got a federal job, that's fine. But that's not what we really need. We need reading, writing, and arithmetic, not the ability to get a federal job when we shouldn't be there anyway. because we're not really qualified. You got to get us early in the game, reading, writing, and arithmetic. And a lot of that is on us and our parents to really have a love and a passion for education. You can't make the federal government come in and change that for us. We got to do it on our own. So they're going to provide more pathways for Black men to become teachers and school leaders. Only 1% of school teachers in the public schools are Black men. Kamala is going to build a pipeline of Black male teachers, including by investing in programs under the Department of Education. So more taxes, more government monies, and whatnot. Again, you're not going to be able to spend your way out of the situation. You really got to, it has to be something that we do as a people, as Black people. Our parents, you got to teach the kids, give them the desire and passion for learning. If they don't have that, then all these things will be useless. All you're going to do is put an unqualified and undereducated person in a place where you shouldn't be, or you give him a fake job. So all that's going to do when he's at the workplace is have everybody look at him like, what are you even doing here? You an affirmative action hire? You a diversity hire? That shouldn't be what we aspire to be as people in this country. She's going to prioritize lowering costs for Black men by revitalizing competition in food and groceries, enacting the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging, which is more commie talk, price caps. That's not going to be a good thing. Lowering rent. How are you going to do that? Are you going to do, hey, Black man, you're a real estate investor. Are you a landlord? Well, good luck being able to make any money in that space. All that she's doing is just trying to lower the bar for success in the country to almost the floor. So there is no success unless you are a politician. And at that point, you become the successful. This is Animal Farm, essentially.
To the animals, it now seemed that their world, which may or may not someday become a happy place to live in, was worse than ever for ordinary creatures.
Here she is talking about Project 2025. Now, why are we mentioning Donald Trump in a plan for Black men? I guess the whole plan is to make you not want to vote for him and then vote for her. You can see everything right here. For time's sake, I'm not going to read it all, but it's on the screen and you can see it in the description. But didn't I just play the video at the beginning that says that Trump has zero to do with Project 2025? All right, there's more, but I'll link to it in the box. But as I close, I want to say this. I'm not really impressed by what I saw right there on the screen. Maybe you guys liked some of that. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you read the entire thing and you saw something that you liked. I didn't really see much. I saw a bunch of communist language that's not going to help anybody in this country, let alone Black men. Some think that it might. They may see dollar amounts being thrown around, but understand one thing, maybe two things. First things, a lot of it, they're empty promises. But beyond that, all you're going to do is increase the tax burden on successful Americans, including Black Americans. And if the objective is for Black Americans to become successful, why would you tax and or penalize success? It makes no sense, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about what you just saw and read there? Have you read the entire thing? Is it good, bad, somewhere in the middle? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. That was just commie talk, plain and simple. It wasn't really much more to it. Some may like communist practices until they actually come into practice. You know, if you're a politician, you are a protected class, something like that, you'd be all right. But you're a regular normie, Black, white, Puerto Rican, Candy Stripe, gay, straight, you will suffer under such practices. So I hope you guys go out November the 5th and vote Donald Trump. Kamala is not going to be the best pick in my humble opinion, but whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.